For centuries, the Catholic Church has honored men and women who lived extraordinary lives of faith, virtue, and sacrifice. But sainthood isn't just something from history books, it's happening right now, in our own time. Holiness isn't reserved for distant past heroes, it's alive and thriving among us today. Think about it. The world we live in is fast-paced, digital, and filled with distractions. Yet even in this modern age, there are young people who have shown us that sainthood isn't outdated, it's as relevant as ever. Today, we're diving into the inspiring lives of 7 millennials who might one day be officially declared saints. Their stories of courage, faith, and sacrifice remind us that holiness isn't about age or era, it's about the choices we make every day. Let's begin with our first extraordinary young soul, Pierangelo Sieri, 1990 to 2008, the student of faith. At 14, most teenagers are worried about school and social life. But for Pierangelo Sieri, life took an unexpected turn when he was diagnosed with leukemia. Instead of letting it break him, he embraced it as a path to deepen his faith. Even while undergoing intense treatments, Pierangelo remained dedicated to his studies, often working from his hospital bed. He saw beauty in creation and spent his time in prayer and contemplation. His peaceful demeanor and spiritual wisdom left a lasting impression on everyone he met. Despite 2 bone marrow transplants, his condition worsened, and on April 30th, 2008, just before his 18th birthday, Pierangelo passed away. In 2018, the Vatican officially recognized his cause for beatification, acknowledging his incredible faith and resilience. Number 6, Chiara Corbella Petrillo, 1984 to 2012, A Mother's Sacrificial Love. Imagine a young woman deeply in love, dreaming of a happy family life. That was Chiara. She married Enrico Petrillo in 2008, full of hope and excitement. But their journey took a heartbreaking turn. Their first 2 children were diagnosed with fatal conditions before birth. Though they lived only minutes after being born, Chiara and Enrico cherished every second with them. It was an unimaginable pain, but they never lost faith. In 2010, Chiara was expecting again, this time a healthy baby boy. But then she received devastating news. She had cancer. Doctors advised her to begin treatment immediately, but that could harm her unborn son. Without hesitation, she delayed treatment to protect him. Francesco was born healthy, but by then, the cancer had spread. Despite her worsening condition, losing sight in one eye, becoming paralyzed, Chiara radiated peace. She saw her suffering as a path to holiness, saying, "We are born for eternity." On June 13, 2012, at just 28, she passed away, smiling as she met God. Her faith, love, and courage continue to inspire countless people. Her cause for sainthood was officially opened in 2018. Number 5, Akash Bashier, 1994 to 2015, the courageous martyr. Some heroes don't wear capes, they wear faith like armor. Akash Bashier, a Pakistani Catholic, was a former student of Don Bosco Technical Institute in Lahore. He had no idea that March 15, 2015 would be his last day on earth. That Sunday, he was volunteering as a security guard at St. John's Catholic Church when a suicide bomber attempted to enter during Mass. Akash stood his ground, blocking the attacker at the entrance. He knew what would happen, but his faith was stronger than his fear. "I will die, but I will not let you go inside," he declared. The terrorist detonated his bomb, killing Akash and several others but saving countless lives inside the church. His heroic sacrifice made him a symbol of courage among Pakistani Christians. On January 31, 2022, the Vatican officially recognized him as a servant of God, marking the first step towards sainthood and making him Pakistan's first candidate for canonization. Number 4. Matteo Farina, 1990 to 2009, The Joyful Witness. Matteo Farina was just 9 years old when he had a dream that changed his life. In it, Padre Pio told him to spread the gospel, and from that moment on, Matteo dedicated himself to living out his faith. At 13, he was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor. Instead of despairing, He saw his suffering as an opportunity to unite with Christ. He underwent years of grueling treatments but remained joyful, constantly encouraging others to embrace faith and love. "We must live every moment as a unique, unrepeatable moment," he often said. Matteo passed away on April 24, 2009 at 19, leaving behind a legacy of youthful holiness. In 2020, Pope Francis declared him venerable for his heroic virtue, bringing him one step closer to sainthood. Number 3, Helena Kmieć, 1991 to 2017, the martyr of charity. Helena was a young Polish missionary with a heart full of love. She lived a normal life, loved music, was active in church, and had a passion for helping others. In early 2017, she traveled to Bolivia for a 6-month mission at an orphanage. But just 2 weeks after arriving, tragedy struck. Burglars broke into the convent where she was staying. When Helena tried to protect the children, she was fatally stabbed. Her shocking death sent waves of grief through the missionary community. But her story didn't end there. Her joyful spirit, kindness and devotion continued to inspire young Catholics worldwide. In 2022, her cause for beatification was opened, recognizing her as a modern martyr of charity. Number 2, Sister Clare Crockett, 1982 to 2016, From Hollywood to Holiness. Sister Clare Crockett had everything a young actress could dream of: TV roles, film auditions, and the promise of fame. But at 17, during a Good Friday retreat, she encountered Christ in a way that changed her life forever. She left behind her rising career to become a nun with the servant sisters of the Home of the Mother. With infectious joy, she served in Spain and Ecuador, using her humor, music and love for God to inspire young people. In 2016, while helping evacuate students from a collapsing school during an earthquake in Ecuador, she lost her life at age 33. Since her passing, countless testimonies of graces, conversions, and even miracles attributed to her intercession have surfaced. The Vatican officially opened her cause for beatification on January 12, 2025. Number 1, Carlo Acutis, 1991 to 2006, the first millennial saint. Carlo wasn't a priest or a missionary. He was a regular teenager who loved video games, soccer and computers. But what set him apart was his deep love for the Eucharist. He attended daily Mass, prayed the Rosary, and used his tech skills to create a website documenting Eucharistic miracles worldwide. He had a heart for the poor, often using his pocket money to help those in need. At 15, he was diagnosed with leukemia. He offered his suffering for the Church and the Pope. He passed away on October 12, 2006, and was buried in Assisi, where he had a deep devotion to St. Francis. Carlo's journey to sainthood has been remarkably fast. He was declared venerable in 2018, beatified in 2020, and in 2024, Pope Francis recognized his second miracle. Now he is set to be canonized in April 2025, making him the first millennial saint. These young people remind us that holiness isn't reserved for priests, nuns, or people from centuries ago. It's for everyone, including millennials and Gen Z. They faced real struggles, made difficult choices, and yet lived with extraordinary faith. Their stories aren't just history, they're an invitation. Because if they can live for Christ in the modern world, so can we. Who among them inspires you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more stories of faith. See you in the next video.